Because Amazon is so large and in charge, it gets very political because it controls a lot of money. They employ a lot of people. It's a big part of the market. So it was interesting to see that Amazon wanted to partner with ICE, the immigration agency, or anti-immigration agency, I should say. They wanted to use facial recognition software, and they wanted to get the government on it. Essentially, Amazon wants the Department of Homeland Security to accept their database of facial recognition so they could go and track immigrants. Track and apprehend immigrants is what they say. This is scary because if they're going to go and track people who aren't even citizens, then what are they doing to us? Amazon had previously come under fire for its facial recognition technology just 1 month prior to Amazon's meeting with the ICE officials. The ACLU obtained documents showing that the online retailer provided law enforcement in Oregon and Orlando with the technology.
Amazon sued for using facial recognition on New Yorkers without permission. Surprise, surprise. And you think this has only been going on for a few years? I know at the airport, at least, it's been going on for 10 plus years, if not even longer. Of course, they don't disclose this to you until they have to, but biometrics have been around for a really long time. And this time, they kind of got caught with it. But it really makes you wonder, what in the world is really going on, right?
Now, a lot of Amazon employees did not like this approach because, again, it's political, and who knows how the government could take this technology and use it incorrectly. As the Daily Beast points out, just this past week in an interview with Wired, Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, spoke of current immigration enforcement carried out with ICE and said, when discussing the migrants, Jeff said, I would let them in if it was me. I like them. I want all of them in. Okay, Joe. Now, we talked a little bit about Ring, but I want to talk about Amazon's favorite daughter, Miss Alexa. I have one right over there, and every time I talk about Alexa, she listens. Surprise, surprise. Well, it looks like Amazon employees are listening to your Alexa chats. Well, if they're listening to mine, they're just hearing me yell at her, cuss her out, go off, because I swear everyone else can talk to her and she understands them. Am I really a mumbling king? Like, do you really don't understand me, or are you just trying to be a B word? Alexa. I'm like looking back like I'm talking to her. Hey, Alexa, stop. Now, according to Bloomberg, some Amazon employees listen to and transcribe customer conversations with Alexa so they could look up the location data of those customers. Amazon employs a mix of employees and contractors spread across the globe to listen to recordings of some people's interactions with Alexa.
Amazon confirms thousands of employees around the world listen to voice recordings captured by that speaker in homes and offices every day. Questions, family discussions, financial matters, even intimate moments. Part of an effort, Amazon says, to improve the software and better recognize voice patterns, accents, and slang. In Maryland, Steve Filio pulled the plug on his Echo.
You know, it was just really creepy thinking that something was listening to everything we were saying walking around the house.
In your own home.
In my own home.
Amazon says it takes customer privacy seriously and reviews only a small number of randomly selected recordings, and employees do not have direct access to information that can identify the person or account as part of this workflow. Bloomberg News says that even when they hear something criminal, they're unable to report it. But privacy experts say the fact that someone could be listening to you and your family is a big red flag.
Side rant, I'm so tired of these contracts that we're always signing and not fully understanding. Like, even the new iPhone, I got the new iPhone and you just click, but who knows what this really says? I mean, did I agree to my Alexa doing all of this? Because I disagree now. I do not consent anymore. Amazon put out a statement saying that there is a zero tolerance policy when it comes to, accessing this kind of information through someone's Alexa device. But again, that doesn't stop an employee from doing what they want to do. Like, yeah, it's cute that you have the policy, but when you employ hundreds of thousands of people, there could be some bad apples, maybe a few bad apple trees. As we all know, Amazon is an international company, and they've gotten themselves in trouble all across the world. Like, Amazon must have thought that they were in America back in 2012 because the UK reported it made $3.3 billion and didn't pay anything in taxes. I mean, imagine how much money would go back to the people. I mean, I don't know, in the UK, it might go to Meghan Markle and them, but actually not Meghan, but Prince Harry and not Prince Harry, Prince William, the royal family. Either way, they agreed to pay corporate tax in 2017. And despite paying the taxes they need to, they are paying the bare minimum. One thing I've hated about Amazon is how they force the people on Amazon to really screw over their own business. Like essentially, if your product is placed on Amazon, let's say, Sloan had a moisturizer and Sloan's moisturizer is on Amazon. It's also on Sloan's skincare website. Well, let's say it's $10 on Sloan's skincare website, but it's $11 on Amazon. Well, Amazon will then punish me because it has computers that can go online and search for the lowest price. And if it's not matching Amazon's, it will punish the store, which I get it. They want to give their customers the best deal, but it really hurts a lot of people who are small businesses. Back in the early 2010s, Amazon loved to play with the price range. I mean, one regular Amazon customer found a DVD, this is so 2010, at one price on Amazon. They went on to delete their cookies, their search history. They went on to the same website and found the DVD was a lot lower because Amazon was tracking data to see, if you're looking up this movie over and over again, you're more likely to pay more for it. Well, deleting that history, it went back to its original price. At the time, Jeff Bezos apologized, stating that Amazon will never test prices based on customer demographics, which, false. It sounds like you have. And while this was in the 2010s, this is still happening today. And we see when Amazon does these big price drops or Amazon Prime Day, they will mark up the prices on Amazon like Target and other places will, to make it seem like it's a bigger discount than it really is.
If you're an Amazon Prime member, giddy up for so many class actions in the works. First is for fake Prime discount. Complaint lists an example of an LG TV usually sold on Amazon for $1,500. Now allegedly, Amazon raised that price to $2,500 for a month, while advertising to Prime customers it's 40% off for you, making you feel like you were getting a special deal at $1,500.
So throughout this episode, we've covered instances where the working conditions have not been great, but now in this segment, I want to go through in detail how bad it really gets. Imagine the worst job possible in the United States, and this is it. Let's start off with a few quick facts before we get into the details. Amazon has a long history of opposing unionization, and most recently was accused of violating labor law during an election. Quote, Amazon illegally arranged for a U.S. Postal Service mailbox to be installed in the fulfillment center parking lot during the election. The union alleged that it gave the impression that Amazon might have had access to the secret ballots cast by workers. We hear about these elections being fraudulent, but it looks like Amazon is the culprit, at least when it comes to their employers trying to unionize, which is their workers' right. Recent research by the Strategic Organizing Center found that injury rates at Amazon facilities are reportedly double that of the industry average, and that Amazon workers sustained more than 24,000 serious injuries in 2020. And it's not just Amazon workers getting hurt in the facilities. That same organization found that 49% of delivery workers reported pain or injuries that caused them to miss work, and 89% of injured delivery workers reported that their injuries were related to production pressure or speed, being pushed to their limits and then some cases harming themselves to where they cannot work at all. Tiara Jones is a mother with a baby and also an Amazon warehouse worker who actually wrote an email to Jeff Bezos because her check was $90 short of what she was supposed to receive. She wrote, I'm behind on bills all because the pay team messed up. I'm crying as I write this email. And there are so many people in this country who are struggling and working way too hard for way too little. It turns out that Amazon has a pattern of this, shortchanging new parents, patients dealing with medical crises, and other vulnerable workers on leave. So if you think about any other employer, if you have a baby, if you have a medical emergency, then they will compensate you to a degree. But not Amazon. Their employees have to go and sell wedding rings. They have to go and get their items repossessed, their cars, no more disability payments. One report actually claims that doctors' notes had vanished into black holes in Amazon's databases. Employees struggled to even reach their case managers, wading through automated phone trees, which, holy crap, I hate the automated phone system. Does anyone else? But this job was never intended to retain workers because they made it difficult from the jump. I mean, making their bathrooms so far away, making conditions so strict and micromanaging people, but at the same time, not giving anyone answers for the questions they have. But actually, it turns out that Jeff doesn't want to have employees for long periods because he claims that, employees who work hourly at the same company for years, they end up becoming complacent. They become lazy. They want an increase in pay, but they're not working as hard. So he loves the quick turnover that his company has because it keeps people who are new to the job, they're there for a couple months until they're burnt out, and then he trashes them.
Amazon, they treat their workers horribly. So these warehouses are huge, right? They say like the nearest bathroom is like a 15-minute walk. You get a 10-minute bathroom break. But all these people say that it takes them 10 minutes just to walk to the bathroom. Evil? There are people that wear diapers into
Get the fuck
I
out.
swear to God.
Show me this on
People,
YouTube.
Amazon warehouse workers forced to pee in bottles or forgo their bathroom breaks entirely because fulfillment demands are too high.
You gotta be
They are
kidding.
now issuing adult diapers to workers. There you go.
Come on.
Amazon.com began allowing its workers to wear adult diapers to relieve themselves between breaks.
That's
Amazon hopes this new program will satisfy its workers.
That's a program.
Right.
Wow.
We need to protect certain things because if business gets too
Can't
big,
you say no job? You can't. Then don't take a job there.
but they're the second largest employer in America. Half of the jobs in this country are their jobs. There aren't other jobs to take.
That's hysterical.
This
Imagine being a grown man wearing a fucking diaper to work.
Just to pack a cardboard box because we want it faster. That's not right. That's not right.
Not right.
So again, it's clear Jeff Bezos does not see these people as people. His solution was to replace workers before their productivity further deteriorated and pay increased. It's more efficient to hire fresh, new people. Amazon then basically encouraged workers to leave. The constant churning of workers helped keep efficiency high and wages low. After 3 years on the job, hourly workers no longer received automatic raises, and the company actually offered bonuses to people who would quit. Turnover at Amazon is much higher than many other companies, with an annual rate of roughly 150% for warehouse workers. Workers allege that they are given back-breaking tasks in the warehouse. They also vent their dismay over intrusive surveillance technologies, including automated tracking systems and cameras that monitor their every move. And if these employees aren't working hard enough and meeting quotas, then they are fired. If they are meeting quotas, then their quotas are then increased. Essentially, it's a lose-lose situation for everyone, except for Amazon and Jeff Bezos, of course. So Jeff decided to do something to combat some of the bad press and these unhappy employees, and he launched Working Well, a comprehensive program providing employees with wellness exercises. I know a lot of people who do not like to work out. I actually do enjoy to work out. But there are people out there who are unwell and they don't want to go and run laps to feel better. They're already exhausted, so this exercise program doesn't make sense to me. And of course, the rollout didn't get glowing reviews the company had hoped for. The online vitriol was brutal. It felt that the program brought out all the pent-up anger simmering against the online portal, the solution they presented. This is a man whose company just blew up during COVID, especially during COVID. I mean, prior to that, it was a big hit, and all of his employees are suffering. So how does the richest man out here sleep at night knowing that his employees can't even pay their bills that are not even a fraction of what he has? In one of their most dystopian moves yet, Amazon introduced this tiny booth where overworked warehouse employees can escape the job. It looks like you're preparing for death. It's like this job is so grueling and terrible that you would rather go in this enclosure just a moment to get away and have somewhat peace. But I'm pretty claustrophobic, so this would not work for me.
With Amazon, I wanted to provide a place
Amazon, please.
that's quiet that people could go and focus on their mental and emotional well-being. The Zen booth
is an interactive kiosk where
Wait, no, this looks like torture. It reminds me of whenever I had to go into I feel like detention. I was not a bad kid, but I did have detention once.
you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices.
to recharge that internal battery.
I mean, honestly, they should make that a porta potty because the people are running laps just to go pee. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.